Live.
Boom.
And welcome to Saturday Night Live.
Right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Munzee Videocast. This is number 29, and we are all back here in the studio this week. Yippee. So,
no surprise remote in?
Yeah, not that I know.
No surprise this time,
Are you
guaranteed.
sure?
Yeah.
Wow, like Inception.
Let me text TJ real quick and
He's
tell him
getting
to push the
remote
button.
in from his
Do
phone.
you really want DJ on the video, guys?
Yeah, he's remoting in here in just a second.
He'll just sit there in the corner.
That's how it works. So, hey, I'm Rob.
I'm Dylan.
Scott?
I'm Matt.
All right, so we're all here, the whole gang back together.
It's like the first time in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
People keep traveling. You guys were off site for a little while. So this is going to be like the clearest audio quality.
Yeah.
That's right.
let's hope, because if it's not, it's all Matt's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always all my fault. No matter what happens, it's my fault. So
That's true.
But no, so it's been a pretty busy week. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but a busy announcement week. I
sorry,
feel
you were
like.
on mute.
Ah,
We were muting
the
TJ.
whole time.
That's funny.
Oh, we were muting TJ, weren't we?
So that's
Yeah.
Dylan. That you
Yeah,
could
so I'm Dylan.
That's Dylan.
you could pick
I'm-
his voice up through our mics.
I'm also,
a
yeah, I'm
little
sure
bit.
you could. I'm also a mime. Sorry about that. But yeah, we were talking about how this week's been kind of a crazy, lots of things happening, couple weeks, but we've been announcing a lot of it this week.
Yep.
It is true.
One of the big things is a little bit of a change in staff, changes in the team. Good changes.
But in a good way.
Good
It
changes, yeah.
seemed very negative, but it is a good.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really say staff changes without it seeming negative.
Right.
But
That's true.
Yeah, we're going to
But-
have a change around here.
Partial.
Mm,
You know, we could have gone with title changes and then just threw some bodies in there too,
that's right.
because it was half titles and half people.
Yeah.
exactly. Speaking of the people, as you listeners and viewers from a couple weeks ago may have picked up on, Daniel Hammock released that one of our players, Louise, is actually our events person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, we Daniel and I had a chat while Matt wasn't even like sitting there, and I just
So
said,
what, like 30 seconds before it started?
No. This
a
was
beatdown?
at least an hour or something before, and I was just like, okay, so you need to have some secret information to share, even though it wasn't a secret to any of us.
Yeah.
And just said, hey, why don't you just mention Louise's name at some point through the whole thing? So he came up with that time. Hey, before we move any further, we got no questions right now. So if you're watching live, just in case, and
No
it looks
questions,
like we've got
11
11 viewers.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
we made it to double digits. For those of you listening later, that's okay. But you can go to the squares on the top of this and click there and go to the Q&A. You can ask your questions there. So join in. But at any rate, Daniel, I gave him the task of throwing her name out there and not making it like a big, huge production.
No,
So-
and it definitely wasn't. I think we all freaked out when
Yeah.
we heard
Yeah.
her say it from, out of the podcast area. but-
Right. Thinking, oh my gosh, does he know what he just did?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
But no, so Louise Gibson is a former Munzee player.
Oh no, she's still
Well, no, yeah, I say former. She's not allowed to play now that she works for
right.
us.
That's
She's
right.
not allowed to be a clan member now that she
Exactly.
works,
That's right.
unless she joined. Well,
Well, she's in our clan, which is never.
she's not yet, but since we announced her, I will be adding her.
Oh, that's
on
right.
there.
We have to.
And Ian, thanks for joining us. Ian is also there in the UK, and he says big congratulations
I was
to
6 hours
Louise
later, and you still can't read.
on
That's
her
right.
new role. I know I'm having a hard time reading out loud today. It's bad.
He's tearing up.
I guess so. Who knows? So
Yeah,
so
so
thanks,
we're
Ian.
very excited to have Louise come on and work the event side of Munzee.
Yep.
Means none of us have to do it.
Exactly.
That's right.
And, well, but she's absolutely killing it.
She is.
We've all avoided the duty of dealing with Munzee events because it is such a tedious time sake.
We
task.
tell people go to calendar.munzee.com, sign up, and then just somebody will deal with it
Exactly.
later. But now
That
she
somebody
did it.
for a very long time has been me, and that's why there were some things that happened, and the ball got dropped a handful of times, and it was all me.
time
All my
zones are a
fault.
problem.
Right. All my
Exactly.
fault. I take all of the blame for that. And the last 5 weeks, for those of you who've done events, and you've noticed a change, that's because you've got positive, outgoing, and
A
very
female
organized,
vibe.
organized Louise, and that's why everything is going well. John Tatchell there is also saying we love Louise, and that's because he is also from the UK, so that's good. Everybody does. That's the nice thing. So
Yeah,
she's been getting a lot of love in one of the Facebook groups, the Great Britain group. And so it's nice to see that.
Exactly.
But welcome aboard to her. We're
Yes.
torturing her in some of our in-team communications so that she can be broken in and
She
welcomed
tortures
properly.
right back.
Oh,
with her.
yeah.
She's pretty thick-skinned.
She has that British wit to her.
Yes, exactly. But with additions sometimes come subtractions.
Mhm.
And we did have a staff member move on, and that was our UI UX designer Peter Vogt. We were very sad to see him go, but he had a really good opportunity. I won't,
Yeah, we're not gonna
detail.
throw
Yeah,
all the details
I
out.
won't tell you exactly where he is or where he's going.
He is
but
working.
He's yes,
is
he is
working.
working. But he and his fiance are going to be getting married soon, so this is a great opportunity for them, and we're really proud of him. And there's absolutely no ill will. We're like a family here, and it was important for all of us to send him on his way correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are very sad to see him go. But again, it's all for the best.
And his stuff will live on. I mean, Z
Exactly.
3.0. I mean, all the stuff he did is now, I'm and me and Daniel Fisher and stuff like that are getting to it. And,
Well, it's almost like a posthumous award.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
We're gonna release his products after.
That's right. Exactly.
It's true. That's really
Well, it's
funny.
like any famous artist. I mean, they don't become
Exactly.
famous till hundreds of years after they die.
Exactly.
So, like Mozart and all them. So,
Oh my!
D-
There
Peter,
you
you
have
have
it.
to
Except I
compare it
think-
to Mozart.
Yeah, I think Mozart
Right.
may have gotten famous when he was like 4. It was like
Yeah,
maybe
he
maybe
knows,
Picasso,
yeah.
I don't know.
all of them. But
Van Gogh.
I-
Peter was famous.
I got an
before,
F
so-
in history, so
I believe
there
it.
you
and music history.
But
But yes,
Speaking
Well-
of putting those programs together that
Yeah.
that Peter did all the designs on, we actually have a new guy that's going to start on Monday. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'll just
So
go
we-
ahead and
okay,
say
so we
it.
are
You
gonna
guys
say
were
it.
all sitting here saying, "Well, are we going to talk about Chris?" And there's the answer. Yeah. So
surprise.
we've got a new guy that's going to be starting on Monday, so you'll get to find out about him soon.
soon.
But he's going to be doing some development for us so that we can get 3.0 in your hands soon. And all the stuff that Dylan wants on Evency can
yeah.
get
And
added in there quickly.
because-
he is a former Munzee player.
He is
but-
not a former Munzee player.
but he is
either.
a current.
He is a Munzee player.
He better capture Munzee.
We,
now.
He-
we just need
he
to
is-
leave former and current out. And just be like,
Yeah,
Munzee
we
player.
certainly do. He's a Munzee
You're a Munzee
player.
player for life.
You
Yes.
can never leave.
That's
Munzee.
right.
He's actually the first Munzee player. Like when I started playing, he's the first one that I managed to meet up with. He was trying to capture some of mine locally. I was trying to capture some of his. We started messaging back and forth. I thought, just based on the communication and stuff that was going on, I thought that he was probably, I don't know, in his 20s. And he is not. So he's my age, but we ended up meeting up, and
You tend to stalk Munzee people.
I do. I'm really good at it.
He's really
And,
good.
This
From
was
day
I
one,
mean,
you've always stalked
right.
people.
I didn't have tools. This was like 3 or 4 months into the game that we started talking. And he met TJ a long time ago. He was TJ's first experience with a real Munzee player besides me. And TJ was talking about that at lunch today. But he's a really good guy. He's got some really great skills. Everybody's going to enjoy the new things that you'll see that come from him. So
And he's
be ready.
responsible for some of the changes.
He and I, there you go. I went to California. I saw the way that they played with putting multiple stickers on one pole. I came back. I told him and one of his friends, Will, and his girlfriend, fiance, Colette, hey, let's go. And for some strange reason, we actually asked Scott to join us, which he never played anyway. Terrible idea. I took them out. We put some stickers on the same poles. Scott didn't think it was
Some
very fun.
like a dozen.
Okay, a lot. So we did.
So
it.
he is responsible for the proximity rule.
Yeah, me and Chris took it all down.
I think
on our
I
own.
literally coded it the next day.
Yeah, you
I
did.
believe
You and
So.
Aaron were not excited about it.
No.
So, too bad. So anyway, welcome, Chris. I doubt that he's watching because it's his last day off officially,
He's
Yep.
and he'll be
He's
joining
hopefully
us Monday.
enjoying it.
playing
But-
games.
Throwing it straight to him.
Yes, along with additions and subtractions. What would be the
We had-
math term for changing
We
something?
had some
Transitions.
Transitions.
I
Yeah.
like that. A slide. I
As
don't know.
we mentioned,
Square roots.
Yeah.
Translation.
multiplications
transition.
Some-
because we're getting
No,
new roles.
well,
I don't
maybe.
know.
Identity.
Dylan's
It's
is
the
a little more
identity
important than
property.
mine.
Well, but so a couple weeks ago, we announced that it was Matt's, year anniversary
Yep.
here with Munzee, and he was taking on some new roles in social media, kind of the mistress of media.
He's growing
role.
up.
Mistress of Media.
And in a few short weeks, he's managed to already change his title again.
Yes,
that's
how we do
Yeah.
it.
So what
It
is
is.
this new title?
I believe I'm now the director
Oh,
of
I was
media
gonna write it, but
and
I,
player relations.
Yes.
so what is it again?
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
interrupt.
Scott
bad at
jumped
this.
on top.
Director of media and player relations.
There you go.
you go.
And
Nice.
I was kicking this around. So one of my friends and a Munzee player was saying, you need a new title. You're not your website still says the intern. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And so he and I were kind of talking, and he just pulled Rob aside one day and was like, "You need to change it to this." And I think Rob was a little hesitant at first.
Yeah, I listened to his suggestion. The whole director of media. Sure, no problem. And then it was the and player relations. And I was like, wait a second. I've been the and player relations guy
Exactly.
since I badgered Aaron into letting me be volunteer Rob, help tickets, business development, and player relations. And so I'm going, I just don't know about that. But the more I thought about it, the more it became, just because my title doesn't say that, president of player relations, doesn't mean that I can't still do it. So Matt and I, having traveled to the Geo Woodstock deal 2 weeks ago, got to see that, he cared about playing the game, which was weird. Nobody else around here does.
No.
And got to see that, he did that. He went and found some of the other items that were there at Geo Woodstock, just kind of branched out. And then just interaction with the players and understanding in general that going to those events is all about the time that we spend with them.
Yeah.
That one, we spent a lot of time with Daniel Hammock, and that's, the team that we have. But really just hanging out and talking Munzee, and not thinking that I don't know, not thinking too much about what else is going on, because there's plenty of stuff that was happening, but it's all about the players.
It's especially things like those. And I'm not trying to take over Rob's job yet.
Thank goodness.
Yet.
Rob will die
yes,
before
right.
the
Rob will
player relations is
always
taken
be
from
part
him.
of player relations. He is the face of Munzee. He goes.
For anyone watching video, that was a scary pose
It
that I
was.
did.
He loves going
is the
to.
brown
He,
bag
see,
of
he looks at
Munzee.
himself.
Yeah, look, he has a picture of himself with him.
Yeah, I carry it all the time. Do you know what? though?
You're not
If-
seeing
if we
double people.
compare these two, look, I can do a little side shot and turn. There's a lot more.
Oh, there is a
silver
lot
on
more
this.
silver. Yeah.
And this picture was taken like right at a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's what it does to you.
Yeah,
yeah,
those for the-
actually,
you'll notice that I've got my Germany jersey on in
Yes.
both pictures.
But it needs another star.
He does.
we
He's
talked
missing the
about-
new one.
This is the 3-star. I'm probably going to go get the 4-star this evening since you mentioned it. So
Yeah.
we'll consider that a happy birthday present to myself from
you go.
March. That
yeah,
works.
exactly.
we,
Why not?
So along with me taking on new responsibilities and help kind of moving stuff off plates that people are so busy doing other things with, Dylan has taken on a whole new role.
I've dropped responsibility.
He dropped
Yes, you
responsibilities. We were asked, Eventy's been out for almost 6 months now.
God, no way.
No,
February.
It's the 6th. That's
6th,
4
4 months.
Four.
I was
Come
gonna
on
say
now.
that's
We're
a long
mid.
time. There you
Well,
go.
we've
I've
been
got a-
working on it for
I've
so
got a lot
long.
of
that
goals I
it's-
have to
We've been
meet
working
by
on it
6
for
months.
years.
Yeah. But Rob, kind of threw it out there. Somebody needs to take charge of Eventy. He's doing Munzee stuff, and Dylan took that charge and ran with Eventy. And despite Flat Bob,
Yeah.
is Eventy, does a lot of it, does most of it.
It's my main focus now.
And so, what is your title?
Titles are such whatever things,
Right.
but director of operations is what I've been running with, because when I'm reaching out to clients, it sounds somewhat professional.
Mhm.
But essentially my role is to get Eventy to where it needs to be, to get it to its own game, its own product, without Rob having to look over my shoulder,
Which
all
Rob
the time.
appreciates.
Yeah,
Wow.
because Rob's
I do.
Rob's in charge of all of us, this whole group, this whole corporation, and he has to focus on that and let us be his team leaders.
You're
So,
scaring me, but
yeah.
that is true. I have to do all of
Can
this.
you
He's
see the
still
fear in
releasing
his
a little bit
eyes?
of it.
Yeah.
Is it
Right.
okay, players, if I'm only in charge of you? Because I'd like to let all these guys just. No, I guess I better keep doing it that
No,
way.
no, you're doing good. And as you may or may not have noticed, there have been changes to Evency, from the format of our weekend hunts to adding badges and doing things like that. What my job is to kind of kickstart all those things to get Scott to, add them, because I don't have the skill to, but I have the bossiness to tell him to.
Yeah,
I'm sure Rob too is very happy that Scott is now bothering you about events and stuff and not him.
Yeah, I'm
works
sure it's easy.
perfectly fine. You two can have all the eventsy
But no, we have lots of
conversations.
fun. It's fun to figure, because I did all the media stuff, the master of media stuff for Munzee, but I never really got to see, how the game, how these new things get created. So that's what I do with Evency is we figure out, okay, we want to include these badges. Well, how does that work? How do they get awarded to these people? Do these people
welcome.
get them?
Well, yeah, welcome to Rob. We were like, I want a badge. It's like, okay, well, now you got to answer these 50
Exactly,
questions.
exactly.
And he's like, oh, well.
Yep.
Yeah,
so.
and it gives you a better understanding, not only about the game, but about our product and how it works and everything. But yeah, so that's why I talk about Evency stuff mostly.
Yeah, that's why he's in all these pictures too.
Well, yes,
Oh.
right, exactly.
The pictures are hilarious. If you guys are not playing Eventsy yet, you need to at least follow us on social media so that you can see
Or just go to the gallery.
Dylan's
same thing.
shameless promotion of himself.
It's
It
awful.
is
It's
so
awful.
fantastic. The shaving picture was my favorite.
It's a classy
The
one.
the hot lava picture was a lawsuit waiting to happen, and I'm really glad that
you
it
should be ready
turned
for
out
this
like it
week.
did.
We're about to do some more Snapchat examples.
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah, because that's what we're doing now. We're using Snapchat to explain some of them. So
What?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you probably didn't hear
Oh,
it
yeah,
because
you
you
weren't
were
here.
in
Oh,
the
yeah, you were
lake or
gone.
whatever.
Yeah, Evency's
No
on
idea.
Snapchat.
Yeah,
now.
we're
At Eventsy.
Snapchatting.
So
I signed up for Snapchat.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know.
Scott signed up for Snapchat.
That's
I
right.
signed up.
Dylan signed
we're
up.
on the
I
same
feel
year.
so
Oh,
old
yeah.
using Snapchat.
My mom Snapchatted me the other day. She didn't even know what she was doing. I didn't know what I was doing.
I learned about
I'm-
drunk Snapchatting, which is a whole new thing.
Yeah.
so.
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
I'm so confused.
Drunk anything is a terrible idea.
That's
That's
awesome.
right.
I'm
You should-
confused, and that's
You
perfect
should listen
because
to next week or
well,
last week's podcast.
I listened to the part that I felt like I needed to, and then I was
Hit
done.
Rob's part. That was it.
It's fine by me that I had no idea because I don't want to be part
Yeah,
of
I know you
any.
Yeah, don't.
That's all you, and I
I know.
love it.
I Matt had to give me a 10-minute tutorial on how to use Snapchat.
You guys are
Yeah.
awesome. Carry on.
Yep.
So now, speaking of carrying on, because we have 13 minutes left, if we're going to stop on time, that's awesome.
Probably not.
The thing about it is that Ian here, the top question, we'll just go ahead and because of who he is, I'll just go for it. So with all those new titles, is there still space for Mr. Munzee? And that's because he declared himself Mr. Munzee. We took a picture together and he posted something
Is that
about
like Mr.
I
Met?
I don't
no,
think anybody can take
he's
that title.
he's number one in the world, and so he posted, hey, Mr. Munzee and the president or whatever. So it's like, oh, call yourself Mr. Munzee. That's fine by me.
Is
So Mr. Munzee,
more like the Queen of England. She doesn't
No.
make many decisions. She's just there to
Oh,
be a face.
wow.
actually, yes, that's exactly right. Ian, you're welcome to have that title. No
So
problem
you're
at
the
all.
prime minister? Is
Title-
that kind of how it works?
Title
Yeah.
only, right? So here's the reason that I even say click on that and let's talk about it, because that leads into this birthday celebration stuff that we're talking about.
Yep.
Birthday
Because it totally does, because guess what, we've got this whole, we just announced it on the blog, blog.munzee.com. Matt and I are taking this big huge road/world globe trip,
I think
And
we've,
Daniel.
in
Well,
different
well,
directions. Yes,
yes.
and Louise, but we're taking them in different directions. But my trip in particular is going to end up there with Ian at his event in Christchurch on the south coast of England. So Mr. Munzee and Mr. President shall be together once
go.
again. We'll take a good picture. We'll put it out on Snapchat. I don't have any.
No.
idea.
No, you don't want
We won't get Munzee on Snapchat.
Anyway,
just
I-
yet.
We're gonna
Yeah.
Instagram that one and let everybody
Yeah.
see it, so it'll be more
So,
fun that way.
As we say that, we've kind of skipped ahead a tiny bit. We have. Are we just not going to talk about the
I
other
don't
ones?
know.
Or are we just gonna?
Oh, we
Well,
already did.
he like skipped to the end.
No, I
not
see,
of
no.
that. He
Oh, I was
skipped
gonna
the.
say we're all
Okay.
confused.
We're in order.
Oh, I see. I jumped past
yeah.
the whole. It's only a month away to our birthday.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're traveling. There you go.
Yes.
Now I said the first
so
part.
yes. So as we've definitely named them, the Munzee birthday European whirlwind trip.
Yes,
And,
that's mine.
The Munzee birthday American road trip,
You guys are crazy.
which is
That's
mine.
Matt's.
What do you call what I'm doing?
Sitting at home.
We
Yeah.
call what you're doing
Well, I'll
sitting
be-
on the beach with
I'll
your
be on the
That's
family.
true.
beach. That's
You'll-
right.
you'll-
I'll be on the beach with my family.
We
He'll
call
be
what
spending
Dylan's
family
doing hanging out with his family somewhere.
Even somewhere. Who knows
We'll
where?
figure it out.
Yeah.
I
So
can't get
let's
rid of
talk about the cool stuff though,
Okay.
because what's happening is Matt and I are both actually going to go to a pre-birthday month kickoff event in Florida, Space Coast, Florida, with Dale and Barb.
Yeah.
Our
I heard
resellers
from
there.
Barb yesterday.
Did you?
Actually, yeah.
And when is this?
I gave them a sneak advance notice to let
yeah.
them know that we would be there, and
Okay.
I put I'm going on your account and mine.
Oh,
on that
there we
event.
go.
Wow.
And I actually told them by sending them a message and said, "Hey, I just noticed that there are 2 new names on your event," and so they enjoyed that. But looking forward to
That
hanging out
is,
with them. It's June
June
27th. It's
Okay.
it's a big geocaching event as well. So there will be a coexist badge. There will be Matt's road trip badge, my road trip badge, or my European whirlwind tour
Yes.
badge, which that'll be the only place in the U.S. I guess to get it.
That's
I don't
true.
know. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Oh boy.
But Matt's gonna have a special badge himself for his travels, and anytime that you meet him, out
Which
and
looks
about,
awesome, by the way.
it's a fantastic.
It
badge.
is. It is very
So
Matt-like.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Just we've talked about him wearing boots and being a cowboy before. I think that's about as far as I don't know. Unless
Yeah,
you want to tell
we
him
may
more.
post it later once it's officially finalized and
Right.
everything.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
that's when the real fun starts, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because Rob is heading off to Europe.
Yikes.
He
Yeah.
will spend, was it 6 hours in Berlin?
Yeah, that's one of my stops. So I'm gonna travel to 4 countries in 5 days, because I am crazy like that.
Yep.
And
But that's
I-
easy over there.
Okay, but these are not. These are
Yeah,
like
come
2
on.
hour. The shortest flight is a 2-hour flight, so that's a bigger deal. So, gonna start off
I
at
failed
an event.
geography as well, too.
Yeah, there you go. Gonna start off at an event in Workum, which is just outside Amsterdam in the Netherlands, who is beating the U.S. in a soccer game right now, and I'm sad about that. But I'm still gonna visit. So Workum, and then that's July 1st, July 2nd. I'll be flying over to Budapest, which is crazy because that's a long flight. By the way, it's like
that
a
is
3-hour
a
flight.
long flight.
So it's way over there. Then from Budapest to Berlin, I'm in Berlin somewhere between 6 and 10 hours. It's kind of like touching the outskirts of Dallas, Fort Worth, and it's basically that. I'm not going to see Berlin. I'm going to be around Berlin. Leave Berlin.
Munzee event at the airport.
Not. It's about 30 minutes away.
In the hotel.
Yeah. So no hotel. 6
I need
hours.
like a graphic of all this.
Right.
It's
we do.
coming. The graphic
Like
is coming.
Indiana, can't be like an Indiana Jones thing, like the red dots. And
Yeah.
The
He's just,
line
just
playing.
ruin everything.
I know. Why don't
They don't
just
ask.
give everything?
Come
away?
on
It's
now.
very
no,
sad.
no, we ask on here.
It's gonna
As
be-
these fine people.
That's right.
sometimes
Exactly.
do.
We
gonna
did
be
not ask
way-
for a map with dots.
way cooler than what you can
Way-
imagine, because Matt's doing it. If I were doing it, no good. So going
it would just
from
be a piece of paper.
Berlin, I'm going over to London and then heading northeast to Norwich, and then from there, that's on July 4th, and then but I'm going to be setting off my own fireworks for the 4th of July, celebrating U.S.
Please don't get arrested in the
independence.
UK.
Bad idea over there.
That's right.
And then
I don't think it's a holiday
down-
over there. I think
down-
it's kind of
no.
a downer.
down to the south coast on the 5th in order to hang out with Ian and all the other players that come to Christchurch. So that's mine.
He
Um,
is, he's
throw out-
globetrotting.
Yeah, I'm what?
Globetrotting.
I am globetrotting. So Daniel Fisher is going to be attending the event on
Prague.
July 2nd in Prague, and then July 3rd in Berlin, the one with me. And then he'll be in Berlin on July 4th as well. So you'll be able to get badges from him. Louise is actually going to join me for a portion of it as well. She's going to be sort of the tour guide, chauffeur, helper in general on the UK leg of the tour.
Yep.
So she'll be in Norwich and also in Christchurch. So that's the other people that are traveling. So now, Matt, tell them where you're
Yeah.
going to be.
I'm not globetrotting.
I
He's
I am.
not.
I am U.S. trotting. I'm actually going slightly older school and road tripping.
Yeah, you're coast trotting.
I'm coast trotting.
East coasting
From I was starting out in Florida, driving 3 days up to, let's see if I can get all of these. It's New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. Skip around Pennsylvania and Ohio, but it's that direction. 56 hours, I think, calculated driving.
Oh,
That's nothing. What are you talking about?
Over 11 days.
11 days.
Hearing that.
I'm not going anywhere.
56 hours.
I'm driving
11
like
days.
5 hours.
You're going to Florida.
No, I'm going to Galveston.
Galveston. That doesn't count anymore. That's the ocean, though, sort of.
But yeah, so I'm taking kind of a loop around the Northeast.
It's gonna be
crazy. The original day I was, you can go to this and then fly up there and do these, and I was like, well, I got other stuff I can do on the way. I can Munzee and do some other baseball and all that stuff. So I decided to drive.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's how he sold it.
That's how I sold it. So I decided to drive, and I was like, yeah, go for it. If I do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And so
I would.
That's the plan.
And then that's gonna take a month off of just being in a coma.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
the driving part.
The longest drive is 10 hours. So I mean, it's not too bad.
Yeah, no, you spaced it out well.
He's got
Dylan
on
can
tape.
sleep half of that drive.
Oh yeah, dude, I can sleep that whole drive. You pushed me to it.
But so yeah, I'm excited. After going to Geo Woodstock, actually getting to hang out with players at something that wasn't MHQ related or sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
My kind of opened my eyes to what Munzee really was. Hanging out with players, getting to see them, getting to actually Munzee with people. I picked up some random rovers when I was there, and we were just kind of trading.
Oh yeah, you got to put them on a rover trip.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
MHQ pound or whatever.
That's right. You pick them all up and take them all up to New Hampshire and all.
There we go. But it should be an interesting ride. Rob has entrusted me with this.
Yeah. It's a test. No, I mean, this is part of his new title. He may get to change titles again in 6 weeks. Who knows?
There we go.
So
or be forced to change titles.
I'm seeing a couple of questions or comments, and one of them is from John Smith, and he's our reseller that's there in Workham. He lives. It's the second one. So nice to see him, Workham. Hey, John, I'm gonna hit you up because I got some questions and would love to talk to you. So be ready for an email. I just waited until we announced it. Next, Cheryl says, hey, I'll see it. I'm looking forward to that too. But you don't have to click that one. How about the random question down there? Random question.
Yes.
Has Team Munzee ever hung out with the Dude Perfect guys?
Oh,
they are,
awesome.
Dude, I eat.
They're located in Frisco. We've reached out to them. How about that?
I looked in their windos.
Yeah, right.
Because there's double. There's an ice cream
response.
place. There's an ice cream place right next to it.
Yeah.
If you go there, on there it says Dude Perfect. I just want to look at it.
Scott's nose and face print are on the windows, and that's why they never responded. Now we know. See,
they had a basketball hoop outside, and I so want to get like a basketball and just like shoot hoops on it.
Crazy, right? But the answer is, have we ever hung out with them? No. Would we like to? Absolutely. That would be fantastic. So Denise, reach out to them because I know they're Aggies, and so are you. Make it happen.
That's right.
A couple other things before we do wrap up and go, and one of them is that next the top question that's on there from Murray, who is from New Zealand. He is a Kiwi. Oh no, we left the stuff upstairs. Didn't need
the Jaffas.
Sorry, Murray. We'll extend that to next week.
Yeah,
I totally
I was gonna eat it last week.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here. So here's the deal about his question. I've heard that that we've released many mysteries and that they're in the Munz pack. And there's not really a question there, but he says cool. And I'm glad you think it's cool, Murray, because I heard that rumor too. I don't know what their people are talking about though. We've heard some chatter about that, and we've got a few discussions going on internally. So I saw some sort of a picture that someone posted that I thought was very funny about it as well. And you just never know. Sometimes Munzee HQ responds to things, and we come up with just what the right solution should be. So stay tuned to all of you out there that are a part of any of that craziness.
So if you had one question, there's
now you
5
have 6.
More for
yeah,
right.
You're welcome.
You didn't really ask a question. You got an answer.
Veiled answers. We got one more thing for sure that we need to talk about, and that's Daniel's badge. We've kicked off a video contest, and officially this video contest is going to kick off in July as part of a big birthday month promotion.
Well, we say officially, but he's been doing it for a while.
He's been doing it for a year,
or
a little more.
But we, as a part of Team Munzee, he did it totally on the side. It wasn't an official thing, and it's been getting a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
So we decided we would bring it in and make it a little more global.
You get a official unicorn badge.
That's right. So if you've ever wanted a unicorn badge from Munzee, this is it.
This is
a
your
live
chance.
unicorn badge. That is. So what you because they are real. So what you want
If you
what you want to do is you want to check out your badge list, and it gives you the details on there if you have not earned it on the null image, and it tells you to go to facebook.com/groups/Munzee monthly giveaway. And he shared that information 2 weeks ago. When we were at the Geo Woodstock event, we hinted to this, that, hey, you guys should join in. He's been telling them that it's coming. Next month, there's going to be probably a different type of badge.
This
I'm
is better
expecting
than
to get
Rob
shot.
remoting
No.
in.
Right. So there's TJ. And
Oh, there you go.
yes, TJ, you saved the day. Wow. Here it says Terry.
Oh,
Terry
can't
here.
read.
Hey,
I was,
Murray.
I was.
Did you fail
We'd
English
like
too?
to thank you, Murray. TJ.
Well, it's
I'm
from New Zealand. It's
I'm
down under.
impressed.
Here we go.
Pass them around, everybody.
Oh, they smell weird.
Okay, so
What are these?
Oh my god.
Murray sent us New Zealand towel cloth in order to learn things about
These are not Aussie things.
and it does actually have Hobbit Town on here.
Oh, does it?
So yeah, it's right here.
All right, here, should
I
we all
searched
want-
it and found it a little bit.
All right,
So we
Matt,
have that.
here. Well, I'll give you one.
Because Lord of the
Made a
Rings.
big old mess, Rob.
Lord of the Rings was filmed down there, so that's important. We'll learn more stuff by looking at this and maybe share some facts with everyone,
Should we
because
eat it?
Matt, as part of his social post, did say, hey, to those of you that
Actually,
we're not able to join you anywhere around the world, stay tuned. And he put in there a cough Australia.
They
New
are
Zealand.
friendly
So
Aucklanders up there. See, I don't know what this Jaffa thing's about. They're all
Right.
friendly.
who knows?
Like
Okay, so it all tastes
M&Ms.
okay. So
It
we're
actually
eating
is
these
pretty
Jaffas. We call these M&Ms around here.
Oh.
So
Yeah, these do taste M&M.
I hate chocolate.
Don't start
Oh.
a global incident, Dylan.
so this is candy coated chocolate.
He don't inhale.
It's an orangish red. Murray,
I
we
thought it was
really
gonna be like a
appreciate that.
fireball thing, but
No, they're quite good and crunchy. Oh, Matt says the stars are the wrong color. Hey, listen, all we know, Matt's from Queensland, so I'm not sure that he's an authority. It may have been
Probably
backwards.
is. I mean,
An authority on the Kiwi flag. So
right, because the Australia flag is different. 'cause
Murray-
it's like the Northern Star or something like that.
Murray,
I don't
we
know.
appreciate
Murray,
you.
awesome.
So thank you again. And
Is there anything else?
there was the badge. That was it. One final thing, very quick. Sometimes there are legal issues that we get to deal with, and so I just wanted to throw it out there because it is something that is going down and may circulate through some of the social media, and so rather that people be able to hear it from the source as opposed to anywhere else, when we come across things that may push the boundaries of trademark infringement, that is something that we will work to protect. So Munzee is a trademarked entity, and I think that's all that I need to say about that, and that I'm really
Sound
almost
about
allowed
right.
to say. So there you have it. See, I told
You're
you
like
guys
the
it would
most
be
vague
much
person in the
easier.
world.
You're
Oh,
welcome. Well,
I
I'm
do
not going to
find
throw
Well,
anything
yeah,
out there
exactly.
for everybody.
I do find it ironic that the lights, for whatever reason, made us all like fiery red.
It's-
for,
It's
It's
because
the
of TJ's
Jaffas.
pink
Oh.
shirt.
Yeah, it's
I
just
think it
like-
was TJ's pink shirt. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Ooh, a
To
Kiwi
those of you
icon.
listening later,
Mm.
we appreciate you tuning in as well. Everybody have a great time, and we'll see you next time. Yeah.
have a good one.
Grow the map.